Hello everybody, we're going to talk about clarification paragraphs. So I'm going to go over with you, after building on your enumeration type 1 and enumeration type 2 yesterday, we are now going to move on to an added element called clarification. And if you don't know what clarification is, it's basically adding an explanation to your statement and example. So if you look up here, a topic sentence that states an opinion or an idea requires both an example and an explanation. So this is what we're adding today. If the prompt contains signal words like explain, clarify, analyze, discuss, how, or why, you are going to have to write a clarification paragraph. The word clarification means explain, so that should be simple for you to remember. Here is an example prompt. This prompt asks for an explanation or discussion. Discuss Mrs. Malsby's teaching. Okay, so it's asking us to clarify. So we're going to have to give a topic sentence, we're going to have to give our example, but then we're also going to have to give an explanation. The transitions are going to be similar to what we looked at yesterday. We're going to use for example to show an example, or you could use for instance, or to illustrate. The skeleton is right there for you. We always indent before our paragraph, always. On your iPad, it would be 5 spaces. On a piece of paper, I always say probably the width of your thumb, okay? You indent, and then this first long sentence is going to be your topic sentence. That is going to be your statement, where you restate your prompt. Then we're going to have our first example. We have our transition word, for example, comma, and then we're going to complete that sentence with an example that supports our topic sentence. Here is where this paragraph gets different. After your example sentence, you are also going to have to add an explanation to explain or clarify why your example makes your topic sentence true. We did this with the SEE. We did statement practice, we did example practice, and then we did explanation practice, which is basically the element we're adding today. If you want to look at the model answer, indent, perfect. Our prompt was discuss Mrs. Malsby teaching, so here we go. Our topic sentence, Mrs. Malsby enjoys teaching vocabulary. So I chose a specific part of Mrs. Malsby's teaching, and I'm going to focus on vocabulary. We now go to an example sentence. We must have our transition first. I chose, for instance, comma, and then I gave my example. She plays a review game with us every Thursday afternoon, period. That is my example of a time that I teach vocabulary. Now, because we are doing a clarification paragraph, I have to explain. To give us an opportunity to study our vocabulary words during class, Mrs. Malsby makes it more fun by playing hangman or zonk. We can then see our words one more time before taking the quiz on Friday. I have added a couple sentences here to this paragraph explaining why and how we play those review games to teach vocabulary. So I say that it helps you see the words one more time and it helps you have fun while playing a game. This is a clarification paragraph. We have a topic sentence, an example, and an explanation. I want to point out these details at the bottom. Explanations usually are going to be between 1 and 3 sentences. For me, you have to have at least 1, but you can also have 2 or 3. I would prefer that you don't go above 3 because then you're going to get wordy. So you will need 3, 2, or 1 sentences for your explanation. And then here, keep the example and the explanation separate. This means I do not want you to say, for instance, she plays a review game with us every Thursday afternoon because she wants us to practice our words. Then you're combining your example and your explanation. I want you to end your example. Do not use because to connect them. End your example, then move on with a new sentence that starts your explanation. So we're going to review one more time. Skeleton for a topic sentence. Mrs. Malsby enjoys teaching vocabulary. That is covering our prompt, our topic. Then we're going to have a transition word with an example. For instance, she plays a review game with us every Thursday afternoon. Period. We're going to end our example. Then we move on in this type of paragraph to an explanation. 3 sentences are possible. You only need 1. Here I chose to add 2. To give us an opportunity to study our vocabulary words during class, Mrs. Malsby makes it more fun by playing Hangman or Zonk. We can then see our words one more time before taking the quiz on Friday. So again, you are stating a topic sentence, you're giving a specific example related to that prompt, and then you are explaining to me how that example makes your topic sentence true. You need to make sure that you're doing all of these parts for a clarification paragraph because that is where you add the explanation. It is very simple or very similar to our SEE. Statement, example, explanation. The only thing we're adding is a transition word. Let me know if you have any questions. Quickly, we will move on to the definition paragraph. Thanks.